Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and I'm here today with set number 8556, the Boxer from LEGO Bionicle. This was released in 2002, it has 157 pieces, and was originally retailed for about $15 in the United States. If you find this online now, I think you'll find it at the lowest, $20, so it's really not too hard, but it can jump up in price here and there. Just gotta be careful where you shop. So as far as story for this figure, this is actually two figures, which is pretty neat. One of them is just piloting this larger mech vehicle. And in the story, the idea is that you have these Boxor creatures that are programmed to clean everything and pretty much destroy all of the island. You know, kind of against their will. And some of these creatures are destroyed in a flood underneath, like, one of the villages in some cave. This guy, Nuparu, gets stuck in the cave with these, disassembled creatures. And he has an idea to try to figure out their technology and reworks it into this larger mech vehicle to fight against them, which is actually pretty cool. And we'll take a closer look at it and maybe even play with this in just a little bit. First, we'll take a look at Nuparu. This is a Matoran figure. It's basically a villager, and it actually has a similar design to previous ones, which were released in 2001 with McDonald's promotion. We could talk about those in another video. I'll grab one just to show you what I mean. And in fact, I have the whole pack of them over here, but here's a look at another one of them, Onepu. And he actually does have a difference in which this hand is not placed on this arm. There is actually, the arm is actually included in the set, but it's actually on the Boxer figure. You could switch them around, but for right now we just have it with kind of an open hand. That's how it looks on here because he's controlling it, so it looks like he's holding the levers. And as far as the way he looks, it's actually pretty, it's a little bit unique because of the feet. It's a little bit unique because of the mask, but the mask has also been in other smaller sets, so take it or leave it, as you may. But regardless, Nuparu in the story is actually a skilled engineer. That's how he was able to make the Boxer, and also made several other Rahi and other vehicle things in Bionicle. So he's pretty important, and he also eventually becomes a Toa figure. So I have this opened up right now, and there is a way to fit him in here. It actually fits pretty comfortably. You just slide him in here between these two gray pieces, and his feet will kind of get in there. It's a little difficult, but he'll manage to fit in there somehow. I got him out somehow without taking him apart or anything. Maybe if we just do it this way. There we go. That's how you do it. So you do it from the bottom up instead of the top down. And he actually fits pretty snug. And he's supposed to hold on to these controls, or at least it looks like he does, but it doesn't actually reach too much. Then you just lower this part on the top down to keep him more in place. This is kind of loose, but not too bad. This is the arm piece I was talking about before. You can actually take that off on this pin, or these two pins. Then you take another axle separately, pull that off, and then you can have him with that other fist-like arm piece. So the Boxer itself is actually a good color scheme of dark gray, the older dark gray, orange in some spots, more like an accent, and black. Problem is, it's kind of hard to see Nuparu outside of that. Obviously, you can take other Matoran figures of this size and fit him into here, and you could probably have a whole army of them built together to fight with. But for the most part, it's kind of hard to see, Nuparu while he's on here, when he's included in the set. It's kind of hard to see him on there. When I first saw this set when it first came out, I didn't really understand the story behind it, and I thought this was some kind of advanced Boxor for some reason, because it had the same face on here, and I thought that was a mask, but just from the the box art, I couldn't really tell what it was supposed to be. I couldn't really see this figure, and I thought it was kind of just like a mask on there as a lure, as if it's like, oh, you kind of think there's somebody here, or maybe it's a captured, but it's none of those things. None of those things. Don't listen to that part. So it actually does make use of a lot of the Borak pieces in here. You have the teeth that are shown up here. You saw the faceplate before. Part of this is from the head, just twisted upside down. Even part of the bottom is towards this area is the body twisted upside down. So it does use a bunch of Borak pieces. Even the pins here. They do use different rubber bands on both sides. And it's actually okay for the rubber bands being white, because there are already some accents of white in here, so it fits together pretty nicely. Now, this copy of it is used, and I did have a couple pieces replaced. So, on the top, these are actually not quite the same pieces as it should be on this side. This is the correct side for those specific Technic pieces. You can kind of see from here how it bends a little differently. This one should be out a little bit more. And also a few pieces are in dark bluish gray, but for the most part, this thing still is built pretty well. It is a very unique build, and it actually does have some gear function in it, and actually a pretty cool feature. The main feature of this is that you can punch either arm or both arms forward by moving on the legs. These legs will push inward and turn this little crank in there. And then you can kind of see it in light gray. There's a few gears in there that turn these up atop. And I'll just turn this manually to show you what I mean, to give you that forward arm motion. It's actually pretty cool in my opinion. Very unique as well. So if I just push down over here, remove this arm, give him a right hook, literally a hook piece, then a left hook. It is a boxing type of, Bionicle toy, which is actually pretty cool, and it is pretty functional. So let me just move our Borak enemy into place, as it's intended to work against them, so that the Matoran have a fighting chance, while the Toa are often, well, they're still fighting them too, but in a different capacity. So, let's see if I can punch him around a little bit. There we go. Maybe a little bit more on screen, thank you. Because he kept moving back. Wow, oh my gosh, that was awesome. I did not expect it to actually punch to hit the mask out. That was amazing. I need a replay of that. Do it in post. That was awesome to do it like that. But yeah, functional figure, very cool design, very unique. This is something I haven't seen built in Bionicle form in a similar way before. It is nice to get Nuparo as a figure in the Matoran form, because I don't think they have one after this until he's a Toa, which is, it's cool that they make him like this. Actually does have some nice looks for the legs, and all around a good looking body. It was a little bit more complex because of the, the function and the style of it, but it's comprehensible. If you look at it in instructions, you'll get the gist of it. That is awesome. Bam. Formidable. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time with more LEGO Bionicle videos. There will be all different kinds of years discussed in different ways. I just jump back and forth between them. And I'll also jump back and forth between them and regular LEGO sets, of the system variety. We'll see you next time with more LEGO videos. Regardless, let me know what you guys think about this set, if you're a Bionicle fan or not, in the comments section below.